For art today, you are going to need your sketchbook and something to draw with, a pencil to start. You will need to erase, and then colored pencils, markers, crayons, something to color with. If you have a Sharpie or a black marker, that would also be helpful. And then the last thing, you need some sort of straight edge. So a ruler or some sort of hard paper or even cardboard like from a cereal box will work. Something that you can use to draw straight lines with. We are going to start a project called Rays and Cornrows. We will be creating a landscape that has cornfields and then a sun coming up on the horizon, or it could be setting on the horizon. The first thing we need to do is create that horizon line. So that separates our sky from our ground. We are going to do this by folding our paper in half the long way and then opening it back up. So now that I have my paper folded in half, I'm going to trace over that line lightly with my pencil. Now I need to decide where to put my vanishing point on my horizon line. And then I'm going to draw my sun so that my vanishing point is in the center of my horizon line. Now I need to add the sun rays coming out. So I'm going to draw my lines that come out of my horizon line. So I'm going to take my straight edge, line it up with that vanishing point, and draw out towards the edge of my paper. I will draw through my sun, but I'm going to erase the part that ends up inside of my sun, so you want to draw lightly so that you can completely erase that line. Now that I've finished my sun rays, I need to add in the cornrows. So I'm going to line that straight edge up with that vanishing point again and draw all the way out to the edge of my paper to create those cornrows. Once you have all of your lines drawn, you can erase the lines that go through your sun. I am also going to add in clouds, and once those are drawn, I'm going to erase the lines from the sun rays that go through the clouds. The last object I'm going to draw is a barn on my horizon line. That horizon line is the line that's separating the sky from the ground. It's the original line that we started with. I'm going to use basic shapes to draw the face of the barn. In this case, the barn is looking right at me. I'm not seeing it from the side. I'm just seeing the front of the barn right now. You can leave your barn like this, or if you want to add 1-point perspective to your barn also, we can draw the lines from the side and the roof of the barn back to that vanishing point. I'm going to draw my roof back as far as I want it to go back. Then I'm going to take my straight edge and line it up with my vanishing point again and draw back for the bottom of the roof. The back of the roof gets a line that's parallel to the front line of my roof. And then I'm going to draw straight down and parallel with the edge of my barn. And then I can erase that converging line that I drew back all the way to the vanishing point. It can get erased all the way back up to the barn. And then I'm going to erase any of those lines that are going through my barn. Now I'm going to outline all of my lines with a black Sharpie. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can use any black crayon, marker, colored pencil that you have. Once I'm done outlining, I will take an eraser and erase all of the pencil lines that are left behind. Now that we have all of the main parts drawn, the fun part starts. Now we are going to fill in those different sections with patterns and designs similar to what we did with our Zentangle pumpkins before. We are also going to color this in, so you don't really need to focus as much on coloring in larger areas with black. Just drawing the pattern is probably good enough. I decided to put patterns in every other section in my sky and also in my ground, but you can put them in every section if you want to. If you end up with an uneven number of sections, like I did, you can always add in another line to add another section if you need it. Once you are done with your patterns and designs in your sky and your ground, Then you can go back and add more detail to your barn if you want to. Now I'm going to start adding color. I'm going to think back to the value lesson that we just did with the dragon eyes, and I'm going to try to create some value in my different sections. So again, when I'm coloring, I'm thinking about going from light to dark. I'm coloring harder to create a darker color, and then I'm actually pressing lighter with my hand so the pressure is not as hard to create that lighter color, and then overlapping that with the next color. And continuing that until everything is colored in. You can choose how you want to color this in. If you want to use warm colors in the sky and cool colors on the ground, or if you just want to use different colors in each section. What colors you use, how you color this in is a personal preference and completely up to you. I chose to alternate colors just to create some contrast. So I contrasted my warm colors and my cool colors in my sky. And then now on the ground, I'm going to color in alternating between greens and purples, just to create some contrast between the different sections. Once you are finished coloring in and creating your piece of art, take a picture of it and upload that to Artsonia so that your art teacher can see it.